Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm back with another prediction video. This week, I'm going to be breaking down UFC Vegas 63, Allen versus Kattar. Not the greatest card in the world, man. We lost two more fights today after I spent most of the night doing a bunch of video and tape to break these fights down. Two of them got canceled this morning. We had the Durden Rodriguez fight get canceled, and we had Rodriguez versus Armfield get canceled. And then we're going to be two of the better fights on this card. So that really sucks. But man, you see, I'm back in black. That can only mean one thing, man. 7 weeks in a row. Yesterday, UFC 280 was an awesome card. It had a lot of really good fights, some shocking stuff. Obviously, Charlie getting just beat down. Really, Islam is a bad mofo, dude. He looked unstoppable yesterday. But there were some other really good fights. It was a really good card. It was fun to watch. I will do a quick recap of UFC 280. I went 4-2 for plus 3.15 units. So I'm super happy with that. My 4 winning bets, I had Nikita Krylov. I won 1.5 units on him, and I really liked that. It went exactly how I thought it was going to go. First round was going to be tough, a little dicey, and after that, he was going to take over with his wrestling, grappling, and cardio, and his striking too, and that's exactly what happened. Next winning bet was Kyle Barallo. 1.5 units I won on him. And yeah, man, that was closer than I would have liked it to have been. But I knew Muradov was a bad dude, but I knew Kyle would end up getting the win. I see him as a future title contender, give him 2.5 more years, and this dude's going to be a problem. He's already a problem. He just beat a really tough dude. Third winning bet was Caro Rosa parlayed with Makiev. I won 1.7 units on that, and that was pretty smooth. I mean, the Rosa fight was a little wild. She got dropped right away, but came back, fought tough, got the clear victory. And Makiev, yeah, man, I thought he was going to look a little better, a little more dominating, but he had some trying times in that, but came through. And my fourth winning bet was Manan Farrow and Mohamed Makiev, another parlay. I used him to anchor 2 parlays, and I won 1.65 units on that. And that Manan fight was really, really close too, man. Caitlin showed up. She fought hard. The only thing that really won that fight to me was that little takedown that Farrow got in that third round, man. So yeah, them were my 4 winning bets. My 2 losing bets, I had Omari Gadziev. I lost 1.5 units on him. And yeah, man, he's just not very good. Still should have been a draw. That referee took a point from Karol Hossa for kneeing Landsberg in the face. And then the same referee 2 fights later, same exact foul, but didn't take a point from Nurmagomedov. So I could have got a draw on that, but still a bad bet, And then Charlie Olives, man. Yeah. Either he had an off night or Islam's like a bad dude that nobody's going to beat. And I think it's probably the latter. I think it's probably Islam's just a bad mofo. So, yeah, man, Charlie, man, that sucks. But at least we'll get Charlie versus Beneil Dariush, I expect, yet next, and that'll be a super good fight. So that brings my official bet record to 157 and 112 for plus 58.8 units. We're getting up to 60 units. I'm hoping to be up to 70 units by the end of the year, and we're going to get there. We're going to get there. 7 weeks straight, guys. 7 weeks straight. I've won 10 out of 11 weeks. It's just been an excellent run. It's been a super good run. I've enjoyed having all of these winning weeks. I've won, like I said, the 10 out of 11. Some haven't been as big as others, but most of them's been pretty good. This one's a pretty good week. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. They call me Mr. Pay-Per-View for a reason. And I can't remember the last time I lost on a pay-per-view for real, to be honest, if I even have. Baby Blood, man. Baby Blood went 3-0 on her picks this week. She had her parlay hit. She had Manan and Hossa parlay, which was super awesome. She was so happy when they got back from Columbus, and I told her what happened, that she won and that people put bets on it. I'm gonna definitely play her bet this next time. Whatever she picks, the 2 people she picks, I'm gonna go put me a little personal parlay in. But yeah, man, everybody, like I said, 7 winning weeks in a row, 10 out of 11. So please, right now, if you can, hit that like and subscribe button for me. So I know that you guys appreciate what I do. Sorry, I was looking, I thought that I messed up my dang thing. But yeah, man, everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, help the algorithm. this week's contest for 280, the winner was my boy Luke, man. He put in a phenomenal parlay. He had a 3-fight parlay of Bilal, O'Malley, Islam that paid $1,102, plus 1102. So phenomenal parlay. I'm gonna get that shirt out to you here in a little bit. I'll send it out tomorrow. He already hit me up on Instagram. This week we're gonna do the same thing, man. I'm gonna give out another t-shirt. Got large and extra large. Same rules. Put in your 3-fight parlay. You can use round props, whatever. Just have it in on this video. By the end of the week, put in your 3 fights and put in the what it pays out. So I know, I can't really go look it up myself. So I know we know what it pays out and who wins, just in case there's a tiebreaker and all that. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming out, checking me out. Hit that subscribe button. I need some more subscribers. I want to get to 10,000 now, man. It's nice when you get some. And on this freaking winning streak, I'm gonna take it up, like I've been saying, 20 weeks. So let's get into what we're gonna win on this week. Like I said, man, I got some canceled fights. I thought I had some pretty nice parlay or pretty nice bets picked out coming up. I got one bet on this card, but I had 2 of the fights that got canceled. I was looking at a bet on each fight, each one of them. So let's get into it, man. The first fight that I have wrote down is Joseph Holmes versus Jun Park. And this is going to be, a scrap. It should be a really close fight in the first round. We got Joseph Holmes, who's 8-2. He's currently sitting at plus 200. We got Jun Park, who is 14-5, currently sitting at minus 240. So it's a pretty wide line, man. Joseph Holmes, you see, he hasn't really fought, the best competition, 8-2. But he's got very long kickboxing with some decent power. He's got nice kickboxing, man, with some decent power. He's got 6 inches of height and 7-inch reach advantage here. Really nice 1-2 right down the pipe with a solid head kick that he throws right after it, like all the time, either hitting, kicking somebody in the head or at least hitting the arms, putting some damage on him. Good clinch against the cage. Decent wrestling off of it, but pretty good knees and elbows. He's a real big dude too. Really powerful knees in the clinch. I like what I see with his knees in the clinch. On Dana White Contender Series looked really good. Really powerful right hand too. So watch out for that. He does have good power. You see, he has good knees. That's what he hit Amadowski with. Really good BJJ. When he can get the fight to the ground, he's able to just be bigger than the guy. Usually he can get a rear naked choke. You see here, rear naked choke, rear naked choke, rear naked choke. He's got 4 rear naked chokes. So 4 out of his last 5 wins are rear naked chokes. He finishes everybody. He's got 6 rear naked chokes you see down there. So this dude's dangerous when he gets on the ground. He definitely goes for the finish. 6 submission wins, man. He's finished all 8 of his wins. He's finished every win he's had, you see here. And he had a split decision in Muay Thai, but he's finished all 8 of his wins, 6 of them by sub. A big problem with him is right here. He lost to Jamie Pickett. And as we know, Jamie Pickett's probably one of the worst guys at 185 in the UFC. And if you lost to him, then you're like probably the worst, kind of, you know what I mean? If Amadowski's off the roster. But he's very low level competition. He can be hittable. He's got slow head movement. He's got good striking, like I said, but like he's got slow head movement, man. He has to get his head off the center line. He doesn't have good wrestling. Like his offensive wrestling is pretty terrible. He ended up getting the takedown in the finish on Dana White Contender Series, but that was just because that guy slowed way down and it was in the second round. And another thing, he slows down after 1.5 rounds. Like he looked pretty decent against Pickett in the first round and kind of, just slowed way down in that second round. And that's when Pickett just took over and was able to get that decision. His opponent though, Jun Park, this dude's got a legit fighting record. He doesn't have a low level of competition. You see they're 14-5. Dude's tough. Dude's fought good competition. Njoku, Anthony Barrieu, Anthony Hernandez, Eric Anders. He's got really nice boxing with some pop. He's got pretty decent power. You've seen him even hurt Gregory Rodriguez, which ain't easy to do. Really fast jab that he uses a lot. It's super accurate too, man. He puts it right on the people's face. He's doing that to Tafan. He was able to hit Gregory with some. Eric Anders a little bit. He didn't use it as much as I wanted him to. But good timing on his takedowns. Good scramble and BJJ and ground and pound when he does get it to the ground, get control. Remember what he did to John Phillips right there. He landed the most significant strikes in middleweight history in that fight. Good at pushing a good pace and wearing guys out, but he kind of slows down a little bit himself. He slows down, but he don't quit. He's got that dog in him, man. Good cardio, good toughness, really good heart for the Iron Turtle. I like that. I like his strength of schedule. I don't like that he's that much smaller here. Like I said, 6 inches of height for Holmes, 7 inches of reach. So that's tough. I don't really like that for Park, but I do think that Park is the better MMA fighter. And if you lose to Jamie Pickett, you're going to lose to Park unless he puts him out. Joseph Holmes could put him out in that first round, but I'm going to take Young Park. I'm going to take him by decision because Joseph Holmes in his 2 losses were both decisions. He seems very, very tough and durable, and we know Young Park's tough and durable. So I want to see what the line is on the over/under on this, but I'm not going to be betting the straight line, because I don't know if Young Park should be minus 240 over anybody, even Joseph Holmes. Because if Joseph Holmes has improved in a year in his cardio and didn't just have, let's say, the jitters or something against UFC jitters against Jamie Pickett, then maybe he's able to actually do something. Here's another pretty good fight, man. I feel like these dudes are going to put on a good scrap for everybody. We got Tresean Gore versus Josh Fremd. Tresean Gore is, man, these damn advertisements. Tresean Gore's 3-2, currently sitting at plus 160. Josh Fremd is 9-3, currently sitting at minus 190. And yeah, man, you've seen a lot of Tresean Gore on the Ultimate Fighter show. He looked good on the Ultimate Fighter show. I just think he was kind of fighting a lower level competition on there. Really good Muay Thai striking, man. The dude's got good Muay Thai striking. You've seen it in the Brian Battle fight. You've seen it on the Ultimate Fighter versus Urbina Newman. Very powerful body, head, and leg kicks, man. His leg kicks are super powerful. And then when he does decide to bring it up to the body and the head, he keeps that power. You can tell the dude's very explosive. Really nice takedown defense and get up game. You seen Cody Brundage was able to take him down real quick, and he got right back up, and Brundage didn't even try again, but ended up hitting him with that knockout blow. And he showed really good takedown defense against Ryder Newman, who's a good wrestler. He showed good takedown defense against him on the Ultimate Fighter show. Good forward pressure and pretty good at cutting off the cage. Shows toughness and cardio in his fights. Like I said, I thought he kind of won that Brian Battle fight. It was weird. I rewatched it again last night, and I thought he could have won the first 2 rounds. He hurt Battle in the second round, almost finished him. So he's good. It didn't show in that Brundage fight, but it did look like he was starting to take over. He has as you can see here, he's only 3-2, and he has very low level of competition. One of his wins over 0-1 guy, one of his wins over a 1-0 guy, another 0-0 guy. So you know what I mean? As soon as he stepped up in competition, you see 2 losses here. Can be low output at times. And if you see, man, he throws naked leg kicks. That's what got him knocked out against Cody Brundage. And he was throwing them against Brian Battle, getting popped there. It's just that he showed really good toughness in that. He can be hittable at times. But his opponent, man, who's a big dude, 6'4", 76.5-inch reach. He's going to have 4 inches of height and 1.5 inches of reach, is Josh Fremd, man. Dude had a pretty good showing against Anthony Hernandez last fight on short notice. And as we know now, Anthony Hernandez is a savage. And Fremd was able to tough it out with him, but he's got really long kickboxing, man. I really like his kickboxing. He's got a nice, powerful hook. I watched him knock out down here, Bruno Oliveira right here with a nice left hook, man. Put him out cold. I believe he had a follow-up punch, but he's definitely he's got pretty good offensive and defensive wrestling. Actually has a little bit of a wrestling background. Size and experience advantage, really powerful leg, body, and head kicks. Like, I really like what he does with his hands, legs. I like how he uses reach. The dude is super long. He showed really good cardio. He's gonna have that, like I said, that 4-inch height, 1.5 inches of reach here, and he really uses it well, man. That's, some guys do, some guys don't, but he really uses it well in the striking and the grappling. Good finisher, man. 4 KOs, 3 subs, KO power in both of his hands. He's finished 7 out of 9 fights. Pretty good cardio, pretty well rounded and durable. You've seen in the Anthony Hernandez fight, man. Came in on short notice, got kind of worked in the first round, but worked himself back in it in the second round, and had some good moments. Actually took Hernandez back, and then just kind of totally gassed. But it took longer than, said, Mark Antonio Barriou or some of them, so he looked good, man. I'm definitely I think this could be a close fight, though. If it just stays standing like I think it's gonna, I think Tresean Gore will be able to stop the takedowns. It's going to be a good fight because Tresean Gore's got good striking. If he don't get knocked out and he strikes like he did against Brian Battle and has that fight, this is going to be a very good fight because Brian Battle is a savage. I'm going to take Josh Fremd. I'm going to take him by decision. I don't know if he gets the finish here, but I like him. I'm not betting him. The line is way too high, at minus 200, 190 to 220. But I am going to take him to win. I think him being bigger, more well-rounded, and having the better competition, I'm going to take him. But yeah, minus 190, I don't know if I'll be laying a bet on it, and he is durable too, man. He has never been finished in his 3 losses. He's a durable dude. I like Fremd here. Next fight is going to be in the men's featherweight division, and obviously this one's going to be a scrap. We got Chase Hooper versus Steve Garcia, man. Chase Hooper is 11-2-1, currently sitting at -220. Steve Garcia is 12-5, currently sitting at +180. And we got Chase the Dream Hooper. You see here, 23 years old. He's finally getting a little older. You know, he's 19 when he started in the UFC. And just, we know, wasn't a man yet. He's grown into his body a little bit, which is going to help him a lot. But yeah, man, he's got his striking looked improved. You know, he against Felipe Corrales, it looked pretty improved. It looked okay against Steve Peterson. Good at clinching and wearing guys out with that. Like he doesn't have the best wrestling, but he's good at just clinching, wearing on you, dragging you to the ground, or you dragging him to the ground, or him basically like pulling guard, just all kinds of stuff. And he's just constantly working. Excellent scrambles and transitions on the ground. I love it. Looked great against the black belt last fight. Really nice ground and pound. Excellent BJJ and submissions. That's obviously his bread and butter. Very, very long legs, man, that help him on in all of his grappling exchanges. That's what I was noticing, man. Like with Corrales, he was just so much bigger, but of course Corrales was coming up from 135 to 145. So I mean, Hooper had a really big size advantage there. But he seems to has gotten bigger and stronger and improved his striking since that Peterson loss. But he's pretty one-dimensional. You know what I mean? He's very hittable on the feet. He can be reversed on the ground. Definitely can be taken down easily, but not many people are doing that. Definitely submission over position. That's one thing I really don't like about him, is he'll go for that submission, give up the position like easily every time, man. And he beat a smaller guy last time. Like, yeah, he looked good against Corrales, but he beat a smaller dude. And, you know, he lost to Steven Peterson. But I don't know, man. I do like him. I like his cardio pace. I like his toughness. I like his energy. He won't give up, so that's good. Steve Garcia dropping down to 145 from 155 for this fight. He used to fight at 135 and then went up to 145 for like a fight, and then was at 155 for his 3 fights in the UFC. But he's got pretty good boxing with some power, actually. He's got a nice left hand, man. He's southpaw. Decent finisher, 9 KOs of 12 wins with no subs. He's KO'd 9 of his 12 victories, though. Opponents. Nice ground and pound with good elbows when he gets on the ground. He's seen against Charlie Ontiveros. You can go watch in the which one, right? My bad. I should probably switch the screen, huh? I'm still getting used to this, guys. But you can see it was this fight, Jose Marisol, I forget what they call him. Mariscal. Can't say his name, but yeah, man, he hit him with a nice knee, took him to the ground, hit him with some elbows. All these guys, he's finishing them, man. He's super tough back then, especially. But the thing is, all these dudes were littler. Look, he's got a win over Ronnie Lawrence, but that's at 135. This dude's 6 foot with a 73-inch reach and was fighting at 175 or 135. So all these guys are slower when he came to, or littler when he came to the UFC, came up to 155. Got beat by Pena on short notice and all that, but I like his ground and pound. I like his elbows. He's shown pretty good jiu-jitsu on the ground. Not in that Pena fight. He got his back took the whole time, but he's short notice, and that wasn't a good look. But he seems to be pretty well-rounded and seems to have pretty good cardio, which is what he's going to need here with Chase Hooper. I mean, he's the same size. Chase Hooper's going to have 1 inch of height and 2.5 inches of reach, but usually Chase Hooper's got like 5 inches of height and 5.5 inches of reach. So you've seen that right here against Machete. Garcia was knocked out quick, man, with the counter right. So I don't know if he's going to have to worry about that in here, because his chin's been suspect in UFC. He's got knocked down a couple times by Ontiveros. He got knocked down and knocked out by Machete. He was controlled the whole fight by Pena. Had no answer for the back control on Pena. Pena took his back and controlled him for the whole round, every round for 3 rounds. And like I said, he fought mainly small guys. So I'm going to go with Chase Hooper here. I'm going to take Chase Hooper to keep improving. I'm going to take him by decision, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. Chase Hooper's fights are never easy. He's going to be on the bottom a couple times. He's going to be getting elbowed. It's going to be a back and forth fight. So I just can't see taking him on the money line, but I do want to look at what the over-under looks like. See, you know, I'm sure to be 2.5 rounds, but we'll see what it's at. But yeah, give me Chase Hooper by decision, but not super confident in that, because I'm not sold on Chase Hooper yet, especially against somebody his own size that has some pretty good striking and power. Next fight is going to be a banger, guys. We have Phil Hawes versus Roman Dolidze. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get these pronunciations better, man. I need to start going over them again before I do these breakdowns, because I was watching it last night. I get it down in my head, and then, I start reading it. And Dolidze, man, 10-1, currently sitting at plus 140. Phil Hawes, 12-3, currently sitting at minus 165. And Roman Dolidze, dude, this dude's a savage, dude. He's a big, strong guy. You see, he's 34 years old, but he's 6'2", 76-inch reach. He's a bad, crazy dude from Georgia, which, Georgian dudes are tough as hell. Giga, him, bunch of them in the UFC that are just tough. His last fight with Kyle Dawkins was phenomenal. Crushed him with a left hook to drop him, and then when he got up, hit him with that giant knee to the face that just ended him. Very powerful striker, very powerful leg kicks and body kicks. When he throws kicks, man, there was some power. Everything he does is with power. He's got pretty good timing on his double leg takedowns. I like he'll just throw some strikes. He doesn't do it that much. He really don't shoot that much, but when he does, he's got a nice power double, man. Shoot goes right through. He's got pretty good, decent body lock takedowns too. Excellent clinch with good knees to the head, body, and legs. Like I said, powerful ones too. And you've seen the one how high he got his knee up to hit Dawkins in the face. Dawkins like 6'4", and crushed him with that. Nice boxing encounters with serious power when he lets them go, man. World-class BJJ on the ground. He's a world champion, world-class BJJ, man. Great sweeps and leg locks. You've seen against Tresean Giles. He was throwing up some leg locks. He was throwing up he has some nice sweeps. Crazy powerful dude that can finish anybody at any time. He's finished 8 out of his 10 wins. You see, he's just punching people to sleep. Heel hook. Very dangerous on the ground. I think that that's going to help him in this fight a little bit, man. But he can be super low output. He's 34 years old. Striking is powerful, but it's kind of slow. But when he does let go in combos, he can be quick and let it go. But against like Tresean Giles, he was just way slower, and I think he's going to be slower in this fight against Phil Hawes too. But he's so powerful. But he slows down a little bit after 2 rounds. But he, like I said, it's not like he gasses out and just lays there. But he slows down. He's definitely not as powerful. He likes to get his guys out of there quick. But yeah, man, Phil Hawes, when we go to Phil Hawes, this dude, I really like him, man. Phil Hawes is like literally the ultimate fighter. He's explosive, powerful. He's got great cardio, man. He's got everything. You know what I mean? But he can be hit. It's his chin a little bit. But he's got excellent NCAA wrestling. You see, he's got some really good wins in his career already. He's got very explosive striker. Excellent NCAA wrestling, offensive, defenses, wrestling. He's got a great clinch up against the cage. You've seen against Imavov, who he's got a win over Nasruddin Imavov, which is aging really, really well. He's got a win over Malkoun, aging really, really well. Dawkins, we'll see. But super fast hands with KO with KO power in his combos. You've seen him KO Malkoun. You've seen him. He didn't flatline Duran win, but he hit him with giant shots until he just finished him. Right here was the overhand right to ground and pound over Bestiev. Dude's a beast, man. You see, he's finishing a lot of people. Nice boxing encounters with the serious power. World-class BJJ when he's on the ground. Or no, that's for Dolidze. Sorry, I'm sorry. Super powerful leg kicks. He was piecing up Chris Curtis in this fight before he got dropped, man. Body kicks, leg kicks, boxing, just was boxing him up. Phil Hawes is an excellent finisher, man. You see here he's finished 10 of 12 wins with 9 KOs. Super powerful hands, man. Super dangerous. Very well-rounded fighter with great cardio, which is weird for usually people that are that built, that muscular, and that explosive. They usually gas out, but he showed great cardio against Kyle Dawkins and Imavov, who usually push a really hard pace. So I really like him. The only bad thing about Phil Hawes is that, he can be KO'd by power guys. Chris Curtis and Julian Marquez both KO'd him. He got choked out earlier in his career. But big power guys, man, he just has defensive mental lapses sometimes and gets crushed. And I don't know if Dolidze is exactly that guy, but he hits hard, man. I really thought I was going to want to bet Phil Hawes this fight. I'm picking Phil Hawes. I'm going to pick him to win by a boring decision. I think this looks a lot like the Imavov fight where Hawes don't want to take him to the ground because, Dolidze has phenomenal jiu-jitsu. So I don't think he's going to want to take him to the ground. And I don't think that he's really going to want to strike with him too much. Not at the beginning anyways, when Dolidze is still fresh and powerful. So I think he's going to grapple him up against the cage a lot, and look for the win that way. So actually what I want to look at is the over under when that comes out. I'm taking Phil Hawes by decision. I want to see what the over under is, because I know it's going to be set at 1.5. I guarantee it. And I'll be looking at the over on that. I hope I can get some plus money, because I do think there's going to be some wrestling and stuff involved. I don't think Phil Hawes gets knocked out right away, and I definitely don't think Phil Hawes just knocks out Dolidze right away. So I hope it don't look like, Kyle Dawkins first Dolidze. But yeah, man, I'm gonna look at the line on that. I only got one solid bet in. I'm gonna get to it here towards the end, and then on this card so far. But I'm looking at a lot of over unders. I'm 12 out of 13 on my last 13 over unders. So I'm probably gonna end up having maybe 3 of them this week, because I'm not really liking too many of the money lines. I just feel like these fights are a lot real sketchy. I'm not going to be going very heavy on this card. All my bets are probably most likely going to be light, unless they, like I said, come out with some really nice lines on these over unders. But still, I like it. I'm gonna feel comfortable. I already got like 5 or 6 fights. I'm just looking for the over unders. The next fight is in the men's heavyweight division. We got Andrei Arvloski versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Arlovski's 34-20, currently sitting at plus 155. De Lima is 9-8-1, currently sitting at minus 185. I've seen him up to minus 220 already now, which is crazy, because I would trust either one of these guys with a bunch of money like that. I won't even bet on this fight at all. Over, under, nothing. I mean, this is a sketchy fight. Andrei Arvloski, man, veteran with good kickboxing, but low output. He still has enough a pop in his right hand to stall his opponents out, though. Like you'll see with Tanner Boser, some of these bigger punchers, even what was his name right here? Carlos Felipe hits these guys with big shots, man, and they don't want to keep coming forward like they usually do. He gets guys to fight at his pace, slow pace, and he usually does it by, like I said, countering. He likes to counter a lot, and guys come in rushing in. He hits them with a couple big counters, and that slows dudes down, and then they don't want to come in reckless, and it turns into a slow fight that's getting him all these close decisions and split decisions. He's a decision guy these days. Still has pretty good striking and takedown defense, though, even for his age, man. He's only been KO'd 1 time in the last 5.5 years, which is good. And that was down here to Jaron Zeno, Jaron Zeno Rosenstruck KO'd him. But, like, that's the only time. The last time he didn't get KO'd by Ty, he didn't get KO'd by nobody. You have to go back to Francis Ngannou. So there's only 2 KO losses in the last 5.5 years, 6 years, is to Francis Ngannou and Jaron Zeno Rosenstruck. So Marcos Rogerio de Lima ain't them guys, I don't think. But yeah, man, he's really solid offensive, defensive wrestling in BJJ. He's not getting taken down and ground and pound out. I know that Aspinall snatched up that choke really quick, but Aspinall is a savage. Slows down really, really, really bad in the third, man. Andrei Arvloski, like, he's been beating Collier, the lower level of the division, Collier, Vanderaa, Felipe, Boser, Linz, like, just beating the lower level guys and making it really, really close with them. But just still a real well-rounded vet. He doesn't do good against KO guys, but I'm not sure if De Lima's that. I'm not sure if he's that guy. Very low output. He's not as powerful as he used to be, where he used to be able to knock guys out. You see, he ain't knocking nobody out. Decision win after decision win for him, probably like his last since 8 years. He hasn't had a knockout in like 8 years. So, yeah, man. Marcos Rogerio de Lima, though, this dude's, he's like hit or miss. He looked pretty good in his last fight, even though it was a loss. He looked pretty good against Blagoy, especially in that first round. Crushed Ben Rothwell. I had a bet on Ben Rothwell. Crushed him. Out wrestled Maurice Green. He's got very powerful Muay Thai striking. Very, very, very powerful leg kicks. Like, his leg kicks are solid. That's what he got. He hurt Ben Rothwell with a leg kick and then rushed him with the strikes right off the bat. You seen he got him out of there in 32 seconds. Can out wrestle and grapple terrible wrestlers and grapplers like Maurice Green, but he's really not that good. You see these other guys that really know how to wrestle and grapple, they'll take him down, they'll choke him out. KO power in both hands, super, super explosive with super KO power in both hands. He's a dangerous man when throwing in combos. He's definitely going to have the speed and power advantage in this fight for sure, especially in that first round. But he broke a win one. Look at this. Check this out. I want to show you guys this. Look. All right. So in 2015, 2014, he won, lost, one lost, one lost, one lost, one lost. He did that all the way to 2021. So for 7.5 years, well, actually, yeah, right up here till Brendan he won 2 and broke that. So, coming back to a loss, I think we could go back. He might go back to the streak, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. So I think he might win this fight. But I would not bet this, man. He's got terrible wins in the UFC. Look at his wins. Ben Rothwell, who is on his way out, Maurice Green, Ben Sassoli, Adam Wazorek, Jeremy Kimbo. No good wins in the UFC. No fighter on the roster still. He's been finished 7 times, all by choke. 7 out of his 8 losses are by choke, man. And I don't know if, Arvloski's doing that, but this guy kind of gives up. It's not really that he's getting taken down, just outclassed. He kind of gasses out, and then these wrestler guys are able to get him down and take him out. Definitely loses some explosion after 1.5 rounds. Man, I'm gonna go with Marco Rogério de Lima to land the harder shots, and they're both gonna slow down at the same time. So I'm gonna take Rogério de Lima, but no bet. I'm gonna take him by decision. I'm gonna actually look at the over. If he's gonna get Arvloski out of there to be in the first round, so if you're gonna bet him, you might as well bet him like that, like a KO in the or under 1.5 or something. If you're gonna bet de Lima, but other than that, it's going to be a close decision. I'm not going to have nothing to do with this fight. So I'll just watch it as a fan, and it's a smoke break fight. It's not even going to be that great of a fight. The first round's going to be good. After that, it's going to be 2 big old dudes that are gassed out. Andrei, look at that, 43 years old, almost 44. He's going on 38. So yeah, it's not going to be the greatest fight in the world. We'll go to some kind of younger heavyweights, we got Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Jared Vanderaa. Waldo Cortes-Acosta is 7-0, currently sitting at -195. Jared Vanderaa is 12-9, currently sitting at +165. And you see that 4 losses in a row, 5 wins in a row. Different competition, definitely. But yeah, man, Waldo Cortes-Acosta, undefeated. I like what I've seen with this kid. Definitely in the striking. He's 31 years old. Big dude. He's 6'4" with the 78-inch reach. Jared Vanderaa is 6'4" with the 80-inch reach. So yeah, Vanderaa will have 2 inches of reach, but Vanderaa is usually a lot bigger than everybody. Waldo, man, excellent boxing with power. He has some you see down here, not really winning all of them, but he does have pro boxing experience. Big dude with fast hands. He pumps that jab out a ton to set up his combos. I love that. He's got decent leg kicks. Doesn't throw him that much, but he's got powerful straight and a powerful straight right and a powerful right overhand, man. He put guys to sleep with that. I got that right there. You seen on the Contender Series, he looked good there on the Contender Series, getting that KO in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Good at mixing in, or he's pretty good cardio throughout the fight, even though he can be taken down. He has a decent get up game. He doesn't really just lay there. He's got a pretty good get up game. Finished 5 of 7 opponents by KO. Super dangerous. His hands are dangerous, but as you see, he's kind of got a low level comp. He's fighting Mo Dariz, Jordan Powell. These dudes aren't really the dudes that Jared Vanderaa has been fighting. This guy's a low-level comp. He can be taken down, but like I said, he's got a pretty good get-up game, but he can get beat up a little bit on the ground. This fight right here versus Thomas Peterson, dude, which Thomas Peterson's actually pretty good. He wrestled down Cortes. It was a 5-round fight. And he wrestled down Cortes. He was winning pretty much, like it ended with 7 seconds left before the end of the 3rd round. But that guy was winning. He won the 1st round, 2nd round, and most of the 3rd round until he slowed down a little bit, got hit with a big shot, and Cortes was able to finish him. So I wasn't that impressed there. I don't know if Vandera's got as good a wrestling as that guy, but he's got decent wrestling and decent ground and pound. I believe he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. But yeah, man, Vandeera's got to make a run. He's got pretty good kickboxing. You see what I liked when I watched that Justin Tafa fight, man. He showed a good variety of strikes. He was throwing good kicks, good punches, very tough, was eating some big shots to the head and just eating them. And then Tafa wore out and slowed down a little bit, and Vanderaa took over. He's got pretty good leg kicks, nice body kicks, teeps kicks. He's pretty athletic for a big guy, for a big chubby guy, really. Nice boxing with decent combos, good at mixing in kicks and punches in his combo. Like I said, he'll throw a 1-2 with the leg kick, or he can go back throw a 1-2 head kick. Like, pretty agile for a big dude. Very tough and durable with good cardio. He got beat up by Chase Sherman in his last fight, but towards the end, but it was a good fight up till then. But I think he underestimated Sherman. I think everybody did. I picked Sherman, but I think that everybody else underestimated him because You know, Vanderaa is pretty good. He's got a nice clinch and tie clinch with knees, really good volume and pace. I like that. He doesn't really get tired. His fight with Arvloski was super close. Bad fight IQ against Oleinik, and just a really good fight with Chase Sherman. He just ended up getting caught in the end. Man, this is a really hard fight to pick. Another fight, like I could see Vanderaa being able to win this fight if he's able to land takedowns, get a lot of control time. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that. So I'm going to take Waldo Costa or Waldo Cortes-Acosta by third round TKO. I think that he's able to survive the grappling exchanges, land some hard punches, and kind of wear on Vanderaa, maybe get him out of there in the third. So I'm going to look at that. I want to see what the over-under is, see what the line on the under is, because both these guys are finishers too, man. They can both pull off finishes. So I'll look at the under on that, and we'll see. I'm going to try to hopefully get a bet on that. And we are to the main – or no. Oh, shoot. What am I even thinking? All right, we got 3 more good fights. I was wondering, man, where they went. All right, so the next fight is on the main card. We got Dustin Jacoby versus Khalil Rountree in the small cage. This is going to be a good fight, everybody. This is one of the main fights that I'm looking for outside of the main event. Both these dudes are good, man. Dustin Jacoby, 18-5-1, currently sitting at -170. Khalil Rountree is 10-5, currently sitting at plus 145. And these dudes, it's going to be a striker's delight here. Dustin Jacoby, excellent kickboxing, glory kickboxing background. Really powerful leg kicks. Really powerful leg kicks. They're fast, long. He's got really good boxing. He's got a great 1-2. You've seen him take out Yong. Sorry about this. You'd seen him take out Jung in his last fight with that right cross. It was a nice 1-2 right down the pipe with, in the first round. Excellent lead left hook and a great 1-2. Really nice push kicks, front kicks that are long, pointy right to the stomach. Good at using long punches and kicks to keep range. That's what I like about him the most. You know, he has really good kickboxing and he's really long. He's got he's 6'3" with the 78-inch reach, where Khalil Rountree's 6'1" with the 74-inch reach. So he's 2 inches of height, 4 inches of reach. And he uses that really well, but it's in the small cage, so I don't know how much he's going to get to use that here. But he still has really good kickboxing. This is going to be a kickboxing Muay Thai fight, basically. Really good at he has an excellent long jab and double jab to overhand right with power, man. He's got good power. You see, he doesn't have that many finishes in the UFC, but the leg kicks, powerful. You've seen that with Justin Ledet. You've seen him put out Darren Stewart, standing TKO, and Darren Stewart is hard to put out, man. He's hard to finish. And then obviously that Dawoon Jung finish was super nice. Very tough, throws a ton of volume, really good cardio, good with his hands, good with his feet, offensive and defensive wrestling seems to check out, good strength of schedule, you know, showed good heart against Olin Jacek. Just a good, tough dude, man. I really like everything about him. He's susceptible to leg kicks himself, though. He was getting hit with some good ones by John Allen, and he seems like he slows down at times at fights. Like he definitely slowed down against Olin Jacek, you know, and he's lucky, though, because in this fight, because Khalil Rountree slows down himself. Both these guys, I mean, Khalil Rountree throws power. He's power and explosion and everything, man. Really excellent Muay Thai striking. He was out training in Tiger Muay Thai for a couple years. Very powerful leg kicks. You've seen against Eric Anders and Modestas Bukauskas when he blew his leg out. Remember that? Side kick to the knee was disgusting. But an excellent Muay Thai clinch with nice knees and very scary, powerful elbows. You've seen down here against Gokhan Saki. Hit him with some nice elbows that set up them punches to finish that. Because in the next fight, it was funny because Walker got him back with some crazy elbows. But yeah, man, super fast hands with crazy power in both hands. You seen against Carl Robertson, man. He just started throwing hooks on him, crushed him, dropped him, and then hit him with a crazy body kick when he was on the ground. And then when he got up, he just beat him down, man. He's a savage. When he gets guys hurt, he's a savage. The small cage is definitely going to favor Khalil. Very powerful, explosive, dangerous, can KO you at any time with kicks, punches, everything. Just an intense, explosive guy in that cage. He plants his feet to swing and gets taken down on that. I've seen Kutalaba, a couple people is able to take him down based off him planting his feet to throw that power, you know, and he's throwing hooks. Slows down after 1.5 rounds. Definitely did against Marcin Prachnio. Was a big favorite in that fight. Slowed down, lost decision. I actually had backed him. He's terrible. If he gets taken down, he's pretty terrible off his back. His get up game ain't the best, and he can rush into counters himself and get cracked. So I think this is going to be a phenomenal fight. I think this is going to be a really good fight, and I'm gonna take Dustin Jacoby. I don't think he gets the finish. I'm going to take him by decision, but it's a very dangerous decision. Like I keep seeing the line go down on Jacoby, and I can't blame anybody for betting Khalil Rountree, because he's going to have a really good advantage in that in the small cage. But I just think that Dustin Jacoby's slick enough to be able to avoid the big shots, piece up Khalil at range, and be able to survive that crazy first round and then start taking over in that second and third. But I don't know, if he's going to be worth minus 170 to pay on him when it's going to be a close fight. I don't expect him to knock him out. So I probably end up staying away from that too. I'm going to look at the props out on that when it comes out. Next fight is the co-main event. Another thing too is when I'm sure they're going to get a couple more fights on there. There's only 9 fights. So when they add them other fights, I'll do another little, I'm sure they might get Durden and Rodriguez each an opponent or something like that. So I'll do another little breakdown video for them. But next fight is Tim Means versus Max Griffin. Tim Means is 32-13-1, currently sitting at plus 150. Max Griffin is 18-9, currently sitting at minus 180. And dude, this is going to be a scrap between two veterans, well-rounded, gristle veterans that really come to fight every time. Both these dudes do, and they're both well-rounded. You see Tim Means 38 years old, almost 39. Super tough, though. What the hell is this? All right, super tough, though, man. His last fight against Kevin Holland, he was doing good. It was going back and forth until he started getting hurt towards the end of the first and then got finished in that second, but has looked good, had won 4 out of his last 5 before that. He's fought some good competition, man. Super durable guy, good striking with a ton of weapons, man. He's using knees, elbows, all of his strikes, all of his kicks, man. The guy's super well-rounded, super tough, super durable veteran. Good offensive and defensive wrestling in BJJ, good clinch with knees and elbows, really nice front kicks and push kicks to the body. He throws a ton of them. Really good pace and pressure in the octagon. He wears on guys. You seen he was wearing on Dalby, pressing him up against the cage, clinching him up against the cage. Same thing with Mike Perry. Staropoli too, landed a nice big head kick on Staropoli that dropped him. He was doing pretty good against Daniel Rodriguez, till he got hurt really bad and got finished. But he's been using his wrestling and grappling a lot lately in these fights, grappling guys up against the cage and hitting the takedown. So I expect him to use some of that, at least try it in this fight. Very tough, great cardio, junkyard dog. He has been finished in his last 3 losses, but them are the really dangerous guys. And usually, before that, I think he'd been finished 1 time in his whole career. And that was by Matt Brown, by that guillotine. But other than that, it was all decisions. But he has been finished in his last 3 losses against really explosive strikers. He's hittable. He's willing to take one to give one. And as you're getting older, that doesn't always pay off. And that was kind of his thing, was his toughness and durable. And his last 3 wins are by decision. Last 3 losses are by finish. Last 3 wins are by decision. Max Griffin, Max Payne, man, this dude is a fighter. He loves to fight. He's constantly in a guy's face. He's got very nice kickboxing with a ton of variety of strikes. You see right here, he's almost 37 years old himself. He'll be 37 in a month to the day when they fight. Very off and on record, win some, lose some, especially at the beginning of his career. He's actually 5-6 in his last 11 fights, but he's got really good kickboxing, man, with a good variety of strikes, good inside and outside leg kicks. He's been using them leg kicks a ton in this fight. So that's what I expect. I expect him to be popping out a ton of leg kicks on Means, and I expect Means to be trying to clinch and grapple. Good at darting in and out with a power right and stunning people. That's pretty much what he did. He hit Magny with a nice freaking a right that dropped him, Magny was coming forward. He just darted in, hit him with the perfect punch, dropped him, almost got him out of there, but Magny's so tough. But really good movement and feints, man. He's constantly moving, but that causes him to slow down a little bit as the fight goes. But good in wars. He's only finished 1 time in 27 fights. Both these dudes are super durable. I'm going to be definitely looking at the over. But good offensive and defensive wrestling in BJJ. The Magny fight showed that. Magny wasn't able to take him down until later in the third when he kind of started slowing down. But he's a very tough, well-rounded veteran. He's almost almost 37 years old, though. He fights way too close in every single fight he has. He finished Song, but you even see here a majority over Imedov. That's terrible because he is terrible. He usually doesn't finish guys. He did finish Ramiz because of his ear pop, so he didn't really finish him. But he did finish Carlos or Keenan Song. But most of his fights are close, tough fought decisions, you know, or split decision. But 5-6 in his last 11 fights. So, you know what I mean? He's got a losing record and he definitely slows after 2 rounds. I think this fight is going to be super, super, super close, man. I don't really know who to go with here, to be honest. I'm going to go with Max Griffin just because he's been looking really good lately. He's going to be throwing some more power in his strikes. I think he's got the wrestling defense to keep this fight standing the whole time. And I think he wins. I see this being a split decision. I don't think either guy finishes each other. I'm taking Max Griffin by decision, but I'm going to bet the over on this. I want to see what the over is. Like, they're going to be fighting and scrapping, but they're both so durable that I don't see either one getting finished. So I'm definitely looking at the over on that. I want to see what that line is when it comes out. We are to the main event, everybody, in which a main event of a, you know, okay card, but it's going to be a good main event. We should find out a lot of answers, get some answers to some questions here. We got Calvin Kattar versus Arnold Allen. Calvin Kattar's 23-6, currently sitting at -125 is the slight favorite. Arnold Allen is 18-1, currently sitting at +105. And this is going to be a scrap. We're going to see some world-class boxing from both these guys. That's what they both like to do. Calvin Kattar, you see that strength of schedule there, man. It's pretty crazy. Excellent boxing with power. Really long. He's going to have 3 inches of height here, and he's going to have 2 inches of reach, and he uses his length. You know, good high guard, uses his jab perfectly. I really like that. Laser sharp jab with some pop. And everybody knows I love somebody that uses their jab. It's a main part of any kind of fighting, man. That's a range finder. You can also do damage with it, just hitting on the nose. Like, use that jab, man. You hit them, pop their head back, hit them with, come with the 1-2. Like, you got to set stuff up, man. That's why the dudes that are really, really good, like Kattar and these guys, they're setting up these high level strikes. Good step and elbows. You see now this one against Jeremy Stephens, man, just step and elbow. Nobody really finishes Jeremy Stephens by strikes, and he did. Really good high guard striking defense. I like that. You've seen even against Josh Emmett. Sometimes they can come up and around it and hit some good shots, but he's so durable and tough. His 1-2 is fast and accurate with super power. I love his 1-2. He was hitting Josh Emmett with a nice 1-2. Giga was cracking him with it. You know what he did to Giga. My bad. Really powerful uppercuts with both hands. That's one of my favorite things of his. He'll grab the little dirty boxing and hit some really good uppercuts in the clinch, but just standing there uppercuts from distance, man. Excellent power in them. I believe that's what he hit Ricardo Lamas with. Definitely hit Shane Burgos with them, man. Was uppercut the shit out of him to get that finish. He's got good wins. Andre Fili, Shane Burgos, Lost to Moicano, Fish Gold, Lamas, Jeremy Stephens, Dan Ige, Giga Chikadze. I mean, this dude's tough, dude. He's very tough. He has a way better competition level. He's 35 though in 5 months. He's taken a ton of damage over his career, and mainly in these last couple fights, took a lot of damage against Holloway, like the most damage anybody's ever taken. Even though he won the fight with Giga, he still took some hard shots in that. And him and Josh Emmett had a war, dude. And you know how hard Josh Emmett hits. So took a lot of damage lately. That's the only thing that's kind of worrying about me in this fight. Worrying me. He took a lot of damage that was only 4.5 months ago when he took that damage to Josh Emmett, almost 5 months, you know. So he should be recovered though. You know, he only waited 5 months from Giga to him, and he waited a whole year between Holloway and Giga, which is a good thing. The only other thing I noticed too is the smaller guys like Emmett and even Dan Ige at times they're smaller and they're a little faster. Giga was definitely faster, but these smaller guys are definitely faster than him. But when he catches up, man, he hurts them. Arnold Allen, man, this guy is a mystery to me, to be honest. If you see, he's ranked number 7 in the world right there. He's ranked number 7 in the world, 18-1. But man, dude, he's only fought 6 fights in 4.5 years. Like, if you go back to this Mads Burnell fight, that was in 2018, 2017 here. So 5.5 years. He's only fought 2, 4, 7 times in 5.5 years. You know, it's weird, but the dude has excellent boxing with super fast hand. Dan Hooker found that out. So did Sadiq Youssef. They both found that out, that this kid his counter striking and his left hand has some pop to it, and it's fast, man. Super fast counter striking, like I said, with that left. Good offensive and defensive wrestling. And BJJ trains out of TriStar up there. He said he gets to train with George St. Pierre and them really often, so that's really good. You know, one of the best minds in the game. Really good offensive and defensive wrestling in BJJ, shown excellent power in his straight and overhand left, man, and fast and with some pop. I bet Sadiq Youssef here. I bet him against Arnold Allen, and I damn near never been so confident in a fight. And Arnold Allen did what he had to do. He got outlanded by like 70 strikes, but in the first round he landed that left counter left straight down the pipe, boom, dropped Sadiq. And then in the second round, he dropped Sadiq with a head kick. But other than that, he was losing like most of the fight. And he got pretty beat up in that third round. Sadiq was able to land some takedowns, hit him with some elbows, a lot of stuff. But he's a really nice footwork and movement that draws guys into his counters. He has a really nice footwork, and I think that might help him a little bit in this fight with Kattar, drawing him in and hitting him with some counters. He's definitely fast left high kick too with some power. That's what he got Sadiq with. But I really like him, man. I really like this kid. I think his movement is good. His power is good. He's just small and he's very inactive. He's going to be at, like I said, a 3-inch height disadvantage with a 2-inch reach disadvantage. He's only fought 6 times in 4.5 years. This is a giant step up in competition. Yeah, he fought Dan Hooker, but that was after Dan Hooker drained himself, went down to 145 after some bad losses. And Sadiq, you know, that's a good win, but he's never beat it. He's number 7 in the world, and he's never beat a top 10 guy. Like Sadiq's 14, I believe now, but he was 13 or 14 when they fought. But he's Nick Lentz, you know, he beat him 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now. I don't understand how he's number 7. That win over Hooker was nice, but like I said, he was faster, and that Hooker just drew himself out going down to 145. This is a giant step up in competition. Never beat a top 10 guy, and he's never gone 5 rounds. So all of this stuff, size, experience, power, all that stuff favors Calvin Kattar. So I got Calvin Kattar. I don't think he finishes Arnold Allen, but I don't know. We got to see. He started slowing down in this third round against Sadiq, because he does. He throws power and he goes for a finish, but if he can't get Calvin Kattar out of there, I expect Kattar to start taking over it heavily in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. So maybe he gets him out of there, but I'm going to take him by decision or late stoppage. I actually have Calvin Kattar. I got him at -120. I put 1.8 units to win 1.5 units. I didn't go very, very heavy on him, especially, I've been up in my bets a little bit because I've won 7 weeks in a row. I've added to my bankroll, but like I said, I'm going to be going light on this card. But give me Dan Hooker, give me him by decision or maybe a late finish, depending on how Allen looks late. But I just like his size, his strength, his experience, power, all that. I think he actually has better boxing too. So, and I don't see him getting finished by Arnold Allen like Hooker or nobody. Nobody finishes. Calvin Kattar, man. The dude has made it. You seen what Max Holloway hit him with like 34,000 significant strikes or whatever, and the dude was still there. So, yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all the fights. Like I said, if they put some other fights on this card, I will go to it and do a little breakdown for all of them fights. I'll do a breakdown for all of them fights, and I'll post it and on my Instagram and on my YouTube. So look out for that. But look out for all my live shows this week. We're gonna have a live show on Wednesday. We're gonna with Johnny K Picks. Then I'll do my official bets on Thursday, and then Friday look for my Worth the Wait podcast, Worth the Wait show, live show after the weigh-ins, and we'll have a bunch of talking to do. I'm sure we'll have a bunch of talking after if they put in some short notice fights and all that. So appreciate everybody coming out, checking out my show. I can't believe I went this long. I don't know how I went this long with the DraftKings thing or putting up the Tapology, man. I go longer than I usually do, but appreciate everybody checking me out, man. Appreciate it. Everybody hit that like, subscribe, throw me a comment, get into the contest if you want to. But thank you guys. I'll see you later. Good luck. 8 weeks in a row on